It is finally officially fall, and that means it is time for warm, cozy, comforting meals, and I've got 3 of them all made in the crock pot for you today. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Couple of things before we get started. First of all, are you on my newsletter email list? If you're not, head over to mandyinthemaking.com, scroll down, and you'll see where you can sign up for my newsletter. You just enter your name and your email address. I send out newsletters every couple of weeks. It's just a little behind the scenes stuff. So I hope you'll sign up. Also, if you're not technically a subscriber, will you do that for me now? Will you hit that subscribe button below? And give me a thumbs up if you're excited for some crockpot meals. And then lastly, I want to thank Thrive Market for sponsoring a portion of this video. I'll tell you more about them later. Let's start. I'm in a hurry. And the great thing about the crockpot is there's a lot of recipes that you can just throw in here and run out the door, which is pretty much what I need to do today. I need to get this going quickly because the schedule's just crazy, you know? So we are gonna make some crockpot crack chicken. These will make great sandwiches, or you could serve it over rice, however you wanna serve this, because you're gonna shred it at the end. But it's so quick to get in the crock pot, so let's do that now. So for this, you can use chicken breasts, but I don't know if y'all know this or not, but we absolutely love chicken thighs. I just like how juicy they are, and I don't have to worry about them drying out in the crock pot. I'm using my smaller crock pot today. I'm doing about half of the original recipe because we don't need a ton of this. I'm doing about 1 pound of chicken, maybe a little over. If you're doing the full recipe, I think it's 2 pounds. At this point, you want to sprinkle over some ranch dressing mix. I'm using this Uncle Dan's just because I already have it and it's already open. So I'm just gonna sprinkle this over my chicken. You want 1 pack. These packs are a lot bigger than just a regular pack. Oh, my coffee pot's going off. It's telling me it's done. You'll need about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the ranch seasoning. Okay, once you cover that, then you need to go in with some cream cheese. I'm only gonna do about 4 ounces. I'm gonna be using this tub of cream cheese, which I don't think there's quite 4 ounces left in this. I know there's not, but we're gonna go in and do it in small amounts all over. Y'all know that Steven loves cream cheese. It's his favorite ingredient of life. Okay, so that's not quite 4 ounces. So we're gonna use some of this chive and onion cream cheese too, because I already have it on hand. Okay, that should be enough. That should be about 4 ounces. So that's it. We're just gonna put the lid on this and let this cook on high. I'm gonna do for 3 hours. You could do it on low for about 6 hours, but because I'm in a time crunch today, high it is. And later today, we'll be adding several more ingredients in, but right now that's all we have to do. Steven is so excited. He sees all this cream cheese on it and it just thrills his heart. Mm-hmm. We're gonna shred this chicken. Let's shred the chicken and we'll pop it back in here. We need to stir in about 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. I don't know that I'm gonna do a full 1/2 cup here. I'm gonna do 2 big, maybe 2.5 big tablespoons. Let's stir that in. And my cream cheese seems to have melted completely, which is great. That's what we wanted it to do. Now let's add some toppings. We're gonna go with some crumbled bacon pieces. I already had some shredded cheese, so I'm gonna add that in now. But we need more than this. I had shredded this the other day. I have a little bit of this Mexican blend cheese left, so I'm gonna throw that in there too. And then lastly, we need some green onion. So I'm gonna chop some up. Okay, let's mix all of that together. And then this is gonna go, you can serve it over rice, or you can do like I'm gonna do, which is put it on a hamburger bun and make sandwiches out of it.
Kind of like a sloppy Joe, but with chicken.
And cream cheese.
I'm gonna try to forget about that.
I'm telling you what, I love the cracked chicken. I think it's so good.
Wow, babe,
Yeah?
that is delicious.
I had a feeling it would be.
That is like cracked chicken.
It is.
Wow, I'm gonna have to go in for another big bite. That is really good.
I'm so glad.
Very saucy, and I don't really taste any of the cream cheese.
Good.
But
That's
yeah.
the point. You don't want to taste the cream cheese. You don't want to pick
Is there
it out.
ranch powder in there?
Yeah.
You did good.
I know, right?
Ranch and bacon and cheese.
Yeah, and cheese, green onion.
Chicken is cooked perfectly. It's not dry.
Yeah.
That is delicious. You might add a little touch of buffalo sauce.
I was going to say some hot sauce would be
Or
probably
some hot
good.
sauce?
Yeah.
That would be really good.
Okay.
Well, you did it again.
Thanks. I try.
Good job. Good stuff, isn't it?
It's delicious.
Now that I've had that on buns, though, I can't imagine that with rice. You know?
Here's the thing. I got the brioche buns. Mm-hmm. That makes a difference.
It does. It's really
I love
good.
brioche buns. But, I mean, it does get kind of soggy.
That is a super delicious way of doing that.
But that is about as easy as it gets.
Yeah.
I mean, I just used bacon pieces, so I didn't even have to cook the bacon.
Right.
Can't get much easier than that. And if you like thighs, use thighs. If you like chicken breast, that's fine. Just keep an eye on it so it doesn't dry out. But this is the way to go. I think we can all agree that getting healthy food for our families can sometimes feel like a full-time job. A large part of preparing those healthy meals is the grocery shopping, and that can add another layer of stress. That is why I love Thrive Market. It is an online membership-based grocery store that makes it so much easier to get all of the organic and sustainable products that you want all in one place. Seriously, it's a total game changer. Thrive Market takes all of the guesswork out. You don't have to stand in an aisle Googling ingredients, wondering if they're good for your family. They do all of the hard work for you. They vet thousands of products and they even ban over 1,000 ingredients. So you can feel good about what you're putting in your cart and what's being shipped to your house. It is so nice to know that I can find healthy options that everybody in my family loves. My husband and my son are obsessed with these Thrive Market beef sticks, and I love that they're made with wholesome ingredients. Another one of my go-to products are the Purely Elizabeth granola. This is the double chocolate cookie granola. So good. I keep these in my pantry all the time, and it's so great that I don't have to hunt them down at a store. I just add them to my cart and they show up at my doorstep. Thrive Market has seriously helped lighten the load. For just $5 a month, it is an investment that is totally worth it. And if you join today, you can get 30% off of your first order plus a free gift. So if you are a busy mom looking to get some of your time and energy back, you've got to give Thrive Market a try. There's a recipe that I've done, the ground Mongolian ground beef. I've done that and we love that recipe. Today we're going to be doing Mongolian beef in the crock pot, but we're using beef strips. The recipe calls for flank steak. Let me tell you the mission that I went on and failed at finding flank steak in my town. I went to 3 different stores. No one carries flank steak. The last place that normally carries it is Lidl. They didn't have it. So I just got this beef steak strips from Lidl. At this point I was desperate. Here we are. So we've got about a pound. The recipe calls for 1.5 pounds. So I've just got to keep that in mind when I'm doing the rest of this, is that I don't have the full amount. But we're going to toss it in some cornstarch. The recipe calls for about 1/4 cup of cornstarch. So I'm just going to eyeball this. Ooh, that's probably too much. Okay. But let's toss it in there. Let me grab my crock pot. Let's throw all this together. Before we grab the crock pot, we do need to make the sauce first. Like I mentioned, I'm not making the full recipe, so I'm not going to be doing the full amounts. We need about 1 tablespoon or so of olive oil, about 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. I'm using garlic because I just feel like it. I'm doing about 1/2 cup of water, and then 1/2 cup of low sodium soy sauce, which always takes forever to measure out. Pour that in. Now, the recipe calls for a lot of brown sugar, and I was reading the comments, and basically everybody said don't do that. So we're not going to do a ton of brown sugar. I'm going to do maybe 2 heaping tablespoons. That should be plenty. Let's whisk that together. Now let's grab our crock pot. So to our crock pot, let's add this sauce first. Now we need to shred some carrots. I should have done that before I did this, but that's okay. We still got time. Got my carrots here. I'm going to grab my grater and we're just going to do that. I am going to peel it really quickly. That's plenty. I just needed 1 carrot. Oh yeah, that's more than enough. Okay, now let's add our meat that's been coated in the cornstarch. If you can find flank steak, get that and then just slice it into thin slices. And then we're just going to top it with the carrots. Since I waited so late in the day, I'm going to cook mine on high. You can do it on high for 2 to 3 hours. You just need to check on it. But you could also do it on low for 4 to 5 hours. You know what I forgot to do? I didn't toss that meat in the sauce. Let's get it coated in the sauce. Now we're ready for the 4 hours on high. Okay, it's been several hours. This smells amazing. Let's make some rice to serve this over, and then it's gonna be time to eat. Taste test time, and y'all only get me. Wah, wah. I'm sorry. Steven is not here right now, so it's just me. But this smells divine. Hopefully the cut of meat that I got is gonna work out since I couldn't find what I wanted. But here we go. I'll tink it up with y'all, okay? All right. Tink. The meat worked out just fine. The flavors are on point. Here's the thing. I love that this recipe did not use a ton of stuff in the sauce. Many times, a lot of Asian recipes will use a ton of different things in the sauce. So you end up having like 10 ingredients in the sauce. This one was so simple. I'm glad I went with not nearly as much brown sugar as the recipe calls for. I read the comments. Always do that when you're finding a new recipe. If it has a lot of comments, go check the comments, because usually there is a running theme in there if there's something wrong with the recipe. So, or if everybody has made the same tweaks. I don't want to say something's wrong. If a lot of people have the same tastes and want something different, they will tell you in the comments. The meat is super tender, falling apart in my mouth. That's a good one. That one's a keeper. And I love too, you know, we tossed the meat in the cornstarch. It definitely helped to thicken the sauce. The sauce was not too thin at all. So it worked out perfectly. I give it 2 thumbs up. Our final crock pot recipe is going to be a stew or a soup, and it's going to be vegetarian because it's just vegetable soup. But y'all, it's different than any vegetable soup I have ever made, and I'm really excited to give this one a try, so let's do it. So the recipe calls for cremini mushrooms and baby button, or button mushrooms. Are they baby button? Just button mushrooms. I'm thinking of baby Bella. Anyway, I found some white mushrooms and sliced baby Bella mushrooms at my grocery store. The white mushrooms are also already sliced. I used Food Lion's help and got the pre-sliced. So let's add all of this to our crock pot. So if you don't like mushrooms, this probably ain't the one for you. There's a lot of them going in, y'all. I'm gonna break a couple of these big ones in half. We're gonna dice a couple of carrots, but I am going to peel them really quickly. You know what? Since I have to do so much cutting, I'm gonna grab my handy dandy dicer. Okay, in my dicer, I already have the small dicing, what is that called? Insert in there. So I'm gonna do my onion first. Okay, that's all of the small dicing I need to do. Let's take that one out and we will put in the larger attachment. We're gonna use that for our carrots and our potatoes. I've got a couple of potatoes. I am gonna peel them really quickly, and let's just send these through the chopper as well. Okay, we've got all of those chopped up, diced up. Let's add these to our crock pot. We need 1 cup of vegetable broth. I've got this from Thrive Market. I love their broth. You need a 1/2 cup of a dry red wine. I've just got this Cabernet. That's gonna give it some good, rich flavor. Let's add some diced tomatoes. I'm using fire roasted diced tomatoes just because I really like that smokiness, and we're gonna add some more smoky flavors to this too, so I think it'll pair well. But these are the Thrive Market fire roasted diced tomatoes. I always have those on hand. Opening up a brand new thing of tomato paste. We need a couple of tablespoons of this. 1, 2. These last 2 ingredients I'm gonna measure out because I don't wanna put too much. But we need some liquid smoke. We only need a 1/2 teaspoon. And we also need a 1/2 teaspoon of something I had never heard of before. It's called Kitchen Bouquet. It is browning and seasoning sauce for gravies, sauces, soups, and stews. Never had heard of this. When I saw it in the recipe, I was like, what in the world is Kitchen Bouquet? And I went on a Google hunt and found it, and my Food Lion had it. It was in a weird spot. I looked in several different places, finally found it kind of near where they keep the gravy mixes and things like that. That's where it was. But you only need a 1/2 teaspoon of this as well. It's supposed to kind of help brown, like darken your sauce or your gravy or whatever. It's interesting. So I didn't want to skip that, even though it's a 1/2 teaspoon. I had a feeling, I mean, it's in there for a reason, so I found it. It was $2.99, I think, for this. And if I end up liking it, maybe I'll start adding it to soups and stews all the time. Who knows? But like I mentioned, we just need a 1/2 teaspoon. The author of the recipe said it's not going to look like it's enough liquid. And it for sure looks like it's not enough liquid. But as you know, when those mushrooms start cooking, they're going to release a lot of their own liquid. I'm going to go ahead and stir this, and then we're going to add in our seasonings and our spice. We need a teaspoon of dried thyme, a teaspoon of sage, a teaspoon of salt, some black pepper. And if you don't want any heat, I understand. But it calls for 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne, just to add a little bit of heat. Okay, that's it for the spices. Yeah, this definitely looks like it does not have enough liquid. But I'm gonna trust the process. This is like no other vegetable soup I've ever made. That is faux show. So let me put the lid on this, and I'm gonna be cooking this on high for about 5 hours. But you could definitely do this on low for 8 to 10 hours. Y'all, I forgot to add garlic, so let's do that. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I forget stuff all the time. This is real life. This is not a professional. I was putting up all of my ingredients and I was like, wait a minute. I don't think I added that. That would be very sad. I'm gonna stir it around. Can't believe I forgot that. I mean, I didn't technically forget it because it's in there now. Okay, see you later. It is time. This vegetable soup smells amazing. Oh my stars, it is very hot. Okay, let me show you what we're gonna do. Oh, hi, told you it was hot. Sorry about that. You can see, I think you can see, it's bubbling. We're gonna add some liquid to a measuring cup. And then we're also gonna add some flour. I imagine you could do a cornstarch slurry too, but the recipe says flour, so I'm gonna do what it says. Just a couple of tablespoons. Oh, look how thick that is. Let's add this back into the soup. It's about 30 minutes before it's time to eat, so that's why I did that now. I'm just gonna stir it around, and I hope it does what it's supposed to and kind of thickens the soup. I'll see y'all back here in about 30 minutes. It has been quite some time. It's actually on warm now because I got sidetracked. I was in there editing this video actually. But y'all, are you kidding me right now? Okay, I've got my big old croissant here, and then I've got this hearty looking soup, even though it's just veggies. Steven's still not here. It's just me. That tastes so meaty, but it has no meat. It doesn't even have beef broth. It's vegetable broth. Holy crackers. That's my new favorite vegetable soup. I don't know how to describe it other than it's so meaty. It's so hearty. And I love that it doesn't have peas in it or lima beans. Can't stand those two veggies. The carrots, the potatoes, everything is perfectly cooked. You also get that rich wine flavor. The seasonings are on point. It's got a little bit of that smokiness to it. If you've never made vegetable soup this way, give it a try. I'm telling you, it's delicious. Somebody finally got home and is gonna try some soup.
It's like beef bourguignon.
I just want you to taste it. I don't think you're gonna have to blow it off because it's just been on keep warm, so it's probably not burning hot.
Wow. Wow. Super flavorful. Very rich.
That's what I said.
Very dark. A little bit of, it's very savory. Like the ultimate savoriness.
Not one bit of beef in there. That's a vegetable soup. Even vegetable broth.
I actually thought there were pieces of meat in here.
I know. That's just mushrooms. But isn't it so hearty?
It's funny, I kept getting the mushroom on there and I was eating. I was like, but that's not meat.
No, it's not.
But you're right. It's just veggies. It's really good.
Different than any vegetable soup I've ever made or had.
A little spiciness. It's got some earthy flavors in there.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of cayenne in it. It's got some seasonings. It has red wine in it.
Just comforting.
Yeah,
It
it's
really is good.
It's really good. I'm so glad you like
Stellar.
it. Yeah. Even without the beef, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Good job.
That's it for today. 3 delicious recipes in your crock pot that are so simple and your family is gonna love them. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to go check out Thrive Market. You can click the link in the description box below, or you can just go to thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking. You will save 30% on your first order, plus you're gonna get a free gift when you join Thrive Market today. You are the best. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.